Hello ladies and gents, and welcome to the channel. We're here to talk about, of course, Alec Baldwin. He has handed over... Squeaky. He has handed over his phone, but not quite, but he has, but sort of. It's an interesting sort of get out of jail card, by the looks of it, from Alec Baldwin. So, basically, he hasn't handed it over directly. He's given it over to the authorities in New York, and they are downloading everything. Now, if I was a curious man, if I was a man who indulged in theories, I would say there's the potential there for some corruption to take place with respect to things being downloaded. But I'm not, so I can't say that that may happen or could potentially happen. But let's dive into it today, ladies and gents. Here we go. Well, why is this so bloody big? God, that's what she said. Probably not. Anyway, let's get down. Yeah. Well, Alec Baldwin's iPhone turned over to police investigating fatal movie set shooting. Now, obviously, this is an incredibly tragic incident. It has been. And I think the gall of Alec Baldwin to sit there on Instagram filming himself on his phone saying, I really want to help the investigation. I want to get to the root cause of what happened and really help them and figure out who's to blame and blah, 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 blah. Whilst also filming that on his phone after his phone has a warrant out for it. Yeah, has been quite a bit of an issue, I believe. It's been difficult to wrangle my emotions about it. It's been really annoying. Because it's just ramp hypocrisy. So, let's take a look. The Hollywood actor was rehearsing a scene and holding a prop gun. By the way, prop just means property. Just, it's industry lingo. When it went off, that's, you know, we'll see what the investigation says. But here we go. Alec Baldwin has surrendered his mobile phone to investigators who are looking into the fatal shooting on his film set, his attorney has said. So, the search warrant for the actor's iPhone, but also, just as a heads up, right, this is really important to note, is that the search warrant was issued on the 16th of December, a day after, coincidentally, Ghislaine Maxwell's, trial had begun. And Alec Baldwin's name was in that book, just throwing that out there. And also, just throwing it out there, he's had a long time to delete stuff, and just throwing it out there, he's only handed over to authorities to download stuff, not actually check through things. So, could there be things that have been deleted that now will not be found? Yes. Categorically, yes. You'd be naive to say otherwise. But here we go. So, a search warrant for the actor's iPhone was issued on December 16th, but the Santa Fe County Sheriff's Office had said earlier this week it was still trying to obtain the device after he literally popped up on his Instagram videoing himself from his phone, telling everyone that he wants to cooperate, yet still not doing it. And literally saying, any comment saying I'm not cooperating, that's just bullshit. Mate, you're filming yourself off your phone. Anyway, the Hollywood actor was rehearsing a scene in Rust and holding a prop gun. We've covered that. Anyway, here's the warrant. Fair. Completely fair. And they do say this as well, the telephone number is known, however, is redacted for confidentiality and privacy. The camera of the phone is Verizon Wireless. And then there was some other, they literally say, we need to go through iMessages, photos, etc., etc. And, they do say everything else will be locked and sealed and we won't go into it, which, fine, cool. But anyway, on Friday, Sheriff's Department spokesperson Juan Rios, I think, said via email that Baldwin's phone had been turned over to authorities in Suffolk County, New York, who are in the process of downloading relevant data to send to New Mexico investigators. Now, look. Yeah. There's definitely the potential for some palms to be greased here and certain stuff not to be sent over. There is. You've been naive to say otherwise, right? And he's held off giving this phone over for a very long time. And he's also he had the potential to delete loads of stuff. I just don't buy it. I just don't buy it. According to court documents, investigators will examine text messages, emails, social network communications, browser activity, and other information stored on the device. But that's only because it's being downloaded. And they can choose what they download. and they can choose what they send over. Not good. They're not the ones performing the investigation. They're not vested in it. Aaron Dyer, an attorney for Baldwin, confirmed the actor had provided his phone to authorities on Friday and stated, but this matter isn't about his phone. And there are no answers on his phone. Alec did nothing wrong. The matter is about his phone. And you can't take your word for it. You're an attorney, you know this. Oh, we'll just take your word for it, shall we? Like what about people you go up against when they just say, no, we didn't do that. Would you take their word for it? Come on, behave. The real question that needs to be answered is how live rounds got on the set in the first place. That is a pretty fair question. It does need to be asked. Not only that, ladies and gents, it needs to be asked, why people knew that there were live rounds on set, because people were plinking. Widely reported people were plinking. So he added, this is a process where one state makes a request of another state. Someone from another state can't come to you and say, give me a phone, give me this, give me that. They can't do that. They've got to go through the state you live in. Which I feel is nonsense, quite frankly. But I get it. But I still say that's nonsense. They've got a warrant for the phone. You should be able to go get the phone. That's like me going to London and the Metropolitan Police going, we want your phone, Mr. H. And me going, but I'm now in Oxford. So you can't have it. People would just be like, no, fuck off. We're just going to go get your phone. It's a very strange setup in the States. Some of it works, some of it doesn't. But they can't just go through your phone and take photos of your love letters to your wife, blah, 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 blah. This is what he said, anyway. And he said, of course, we are 1,000% going to comply with all that. We're perfectly fine with that. Yeah, sure. Baldwin's repeatedly said he did not know that the gun contained a live round. I believe that, to be fair. Why would he know that? And he did not pull the trigger. That's the thing which I think is probably bogus. And it recently came out. I did a video on it today that Ms. Gutierrez-Reed is suing the ammo provider, but also stated in that lawsuit, civil lawsuit, that Baldwin refused to attend safety briefings for a cross draw, which is what he did. He did a cross draw, from his opposite shoulder to his arm, and cross drew, and she wanted to do a safety, and he refused. Doesn't sound good, does it? So there you go, ladies and gents. That's it. Not much else to talk about. He's given over the phone. Let's see what happens. What do you guys think? Let me know down below. If you're new here, do hit subscribe. Turn the bell notifications on to all. Yes, all. You've been warned. Hit that thumbs up button. Follow me over on Twitter and Instagram at MrHReviews. And if you want to help out further, please do. I've got memberships and got Patreon. You do get stuff for it. It's linked down below. Cheers, guys. Take care.